one, go!
Alright, it's your boy Amazing here. We started the match. It's like LCO versus Crash Chris. Right now, Crash Chris is in the lead. LCO has over 50 plus damage, almost at 100 plus damage right now. LCO definitely catching up. They're both still on their first stocks. It's a 3-stock match. Best out of 3 right now. Looks like LCO takes that first stock from Crash Chris. Crash Chris is definitely going to have to play some catch-up right now. Oh wow, the whiff recovery. So LCO and Crash Chris are tied up with 2 stocks now. Crash Chris definitely in the lead though. Crash Chris definitely controlling the stage right now, not giving LCO a chance to breathe. LCO definitely does answer back though. For you guys who are watching and listening right now, this really is just a chess match right now. They're just dancing around each other, trying to create those openings, not giving each other anything really to work with. Crash Chris trying to close out that second stock. LCO on his last stock now. Crash Chris still with 2 stocks, sub 100 damage. Wow! Crash Chris is definitely capitalizing on that second stock that he has. Loses his second stock, now they're both tied up with last stock. LCO just 50 plus damage right now. Crash Chris definitely not trying to let LCO breathe, but LCO is answering back, trying to play a game of catch up here. Oh, wow. Oh, miscapitalizing. That definitely would have been a good punish, but he just missed that. Crash Chris is definitely at 100 plus damage right now. LCO trying to maintain his lead. Now they're both tied up. Who's going to take this first set? Oh, with the down spike. Oh! Oh! With the back air! Crash Chris takes the first set.
Weaklings, the lot of you.
Stop the battle! Role play!
LCO and Crash Chris running it back, same characters. Who's going to take this second set? Crash Chris getting the first blood. really just dancing around each other right now. LCO in a slight lead. Crash Chris just over 100 plus damage. LCO almost there. And Crash Chris takes that first stock. LCO definitely trying to create stage control right now. Crash Chris definitely does get his footing. He's very close to losing that first stock. LCO needs to capitalize here, otherwise Crash Chris is just going to run away with the second set. LCO with the back air almost takes that stock. Not quite. LCO definitely creating stage control here. He cannot afford to let Crash Chris get any more damage on him. Otherwise, like I said again, he's just going to run away with the match. Crash Chris is definitely holding on, though, with everything he's got. And LCO finally takes his first stock. You can tell that both of these players are really trying to anticipate each other's moves. They're not trying to give each other not even an inch. They're both so good. If either one of them gets an inch, they're just going to take it and run a mile. They cannot afford to give each other that mile. Ooh, almost with a second stock for Crash Chris. And LCO takes Crash Chris's second stock. LCO still pretty fresh on his second stock here, but Crash Chris is on his last stock. LCO capitalizing so much on his last stock. Crash Chris a little bit too eager there, doesn't get that punish that he was looking for. Goes for the missed back air. There's so much dancing going on. LCO is still on his second stock, and LCO takes that second set, tying it up 1-1. And this is best out of 3, so whoever takes this last set will advance on in the tournament. What?
Start the battle. Inkling. Whoa.
Running it back, same characters on Pokemon Stadium 2. LCD and Crash Chris. I'm sorry, guys, that looked like an O if you can see it. It definitely looks like an O, but LCD. And LCD is actually in the lead right now. They're still tied up in one stock. Crash Chris, 50 plus damage right now. They're still tied up on their third stock. LCD Crash Chris here. LCD trying to run away with the first stock from Crash Chris. LCD has definitely been setting up his picks very well, but Crash Chris is the one who takes that first stock. I think Crash Chris understands here that he really needs to capitalize on LCD's second stock, because if not, LCD may come back. And right now it is best of 3. They're both tied up, all with the whiff recovery. Crash Chris on his second stock now. LCD just became 50 plus damage. There still is a little bit of a margin here. LCD needs to make a serious comeback right now. This is the pressure point right here. They're both tied up with 1 set each. This is best out of 3. Whoever can maximize stage control is going to run away with the fight. I have another commentator joining me here. My man Opana. He's just adjusting his mic right now. Some technical difficulties, it's okay. And LCD takes the second stock. Crash Chris now on his last stock. LCD is at 100 plus damage right now, but he can still walk away with it unless Crash Chris pulls something out of his sleeve and comes back for the win for that set.
There we go.
He's got to be feeling that pressure right now.
Test it.
LCD now on his last stock. Crash Chris is 50 plus damage, but it could be anybody's game here. Yeah, LCD knows what he has to do. He has to capitalize. Crash Chris is fighting an uphill battle right now. Oh! And LCD takes that second set best out of 3. LCD advances. Unfortunately, Crash Chris is now in the loser's bracket. So we're gonna